Welcome everyone. This is going to be an emotional segment. Recently, a tremendous musician, Chris Cornell, took his own life in Detroit, Michigan, and I happen to be sitting next to two people who are huge Chris Cornell fans, my co-producer Rocco Pasafumi and a new friend, Alyssa Mate, who has been in radio for many years and now is the special events coordinator for the LGBT network. And Alyssa, I'll start with you. When you found out, being such a huge fan, you had to be devastated.
Devastated. Absolutely devastated. I was actually waking up at about 6:15 off a real big high of I was at Metallica Wednesday night. And I saw a text from one of the guys I went to the show with that said, "You okay?" And I'm thinking, dude, I just saw you like 4 hours ago. Of course I'm okay. And then I saw the text beneath it that just said from my cousin, a Chris Cornell with a sad face emoji that was hysterically crying. And I sprang up and was shocked and devastated that that voice left our planet. It's awful. Awful.
In your mind, what made him such a great musician?
His range. He was so melodic. He was so unbelievable. He's one of the few artists that can hit 4 octaves. His songwriting, everything about him, he was amazing. And he's a sexy guy.
All right. Rocco, besides movies, music
Yes.
is a big passion.
Right, yes.
Talk about his career, where it started, where it went to,
Yes.
and the impact he had in the music industry.
He had an incredible wide range of different things that he was involved in. Initially, he was part of, in the interim, he was part of Temple of the Dog, which many of the members of Pearl Jam had come from. That's very fondly remembered by people like rock fans at the time. Particularly the thing that he's most known for, of course, he was in Soundgarden, which was big during the grunge scene, and particularly in 1994 with their Super Unknown album, considered one of the best albums of that scene of music. They had hits like Spoon Man and Black Hole Sun. Black Hole Sun was my favorite one. And what was great about Soundgarden was they managed to take metal, the sound of metal, and fuse it with what was going on with grunge music. You know, grunge music was a mix of like punk and, but it was more like of a kind of singer-songwriter, kind of, very cathartic type of music. So, they definitely combined different aspects of rock and really created a very unique sound. And also, Soundgarden wasn't the only thing he did. He also did Audio Slave with the members of Rage Against the Machine. Yes, Rage Against the Machine. And that actually, in terms of hit singles, was where they achieved their biggest success. Cornell had scored 2 crossover hits with Audio Slave, with Like a Stone and Be Yourself. And another thing that he did that was big was he did the theme song for the James Bond movie Casino Royale. So really, he had a very wide range of different avenues of music that he really did. And like Alyssa said, he had an incredible range of vocals, and he was a great songwriter. And a lot of people particularly people who grew up, listening to grunge, they really felt like the huge loss of this incredible man's talent and music, even though, like in terms of, Casino Royale to now, he had just reformed Soundgarden and they had seemingly were doing relatively well. They had an album and a tour, so, this definitely showed we really felt a sense of a loss of how, big he contributed to rock music, and in terms of his vocals, how much he contributed to music, period. So that's what I have to say on the matter. Thank you.
Alyssa, when you talk about Chris Cornell's legacy, what would you say it would be?
Well, first there's that golden voice, but what I would hope to be is I would hope that his daughters can memorialize him with an unbelievable career in the music industry. I was lucky enough to get to be like 2 or 3 rows off the stage at one of the Beacon shows where he brought his daughter on to sing Redemption Song. That had to have been one of the most amazing music moments of my life. She was so young and so poised that I could just see her being a phenomenal artist in years to come. But to me, his real legacy is the actual music. I mean, this is a guy that Temple of the Dog was born out of misery. Being able to say goodbye to Andy Wood by being true to music. Creating a band and an album that was never even intended to go on tour or to be promoted. It was literally just a memorial, and it turned out to be some of the greatest music that I've ever loved in my life. And I think that type of pure of heart should be the legacy that follows him and his life and his music, and none of the circumstances of how he passed.
I totally agree. You know, I think that for people that love music, the last couple of years has been so devastating. When we think of losing Prince and David Bowie, Glenn Frey from the Eagles, George Michael, Natalie Wood, so many losses. And I just think it's such a shame that so much is talked about the unfortunate passing instead of just celebrating their music and the brilliance and the joy they brought to so many people.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. And I've been seeing a lot of tributes because I'm obsessed with Chris Cornell. I have been for a very long time. So I've been watching a lot of tributes online. A good friend of mine is a good friend of Kevin Martin from Candlebox, and their tribute last night was unbelievable. But out of the ones that I've been watching, one thing holds true: nobody can sing like that man. Even Megadeth did a tribute, and Dave Mustaine is out there saying, you know, I know I'm not going to give this song justice. My voice is not like his, guys. So if you know the words, sing along. And that to me is you know, the sign of true talent.
Rocky, you want to add anything? That was you guys are both
No,
been
thank
very
you.
expansive.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Uber fan.
I want to thank Rocco and
Yes.
Alyssa. I mean, it was a very
Thank you.
moving tribute, and
Yes.
all I can say is that he will be greatly missed.
Yes.
And hopefully in the future, one of his daughters steps up and continues keeping the name out there.
I just think that, you know, there's just a whole body of music that is out there to be discovered, you know, for people, you know, younger people, people that maybe not have paid attention to his music the first time around, but there's like an amazing body of work there. Like I said, Super Unknown's one of the best rock albums of that time, and you know, the range of projects he did, like from Soundgarden to Audio Slave to Temple of the Dog, like it just really showed just the depths of just the incredible, you know, vocal and songwriting artistry that he brought to the table.
All right, Rocco, Alyssa, great job on the tribute, and Chris Cornell, rest in peace. That was great.
Awesome.
Great job, both of you.